polish up what we're doing, and within a few weeks or a month or so, we want to get her out around the people. And according to time, place, and circumstance, we want to push this. Okay, that's the one step forward toward truth, justice, liberation, and all that. But 2 steps back, meaning that the system is the thing that they used against us. They used it with deadly effectiveness and deadly efficiency. Strategically, we don't have time. I mean, it's possible to do. But according to the way things are going, mass chaos will develop probably before we have any chance to develop any system. And Boss Man has been effective in making sure we don't develop a functional system of our own. Hip hip, hooray. Why do we say that? Because we wouldn't be here, right? Using the system that he's developed, right? He's built a stairway to heaven, everything in it. Remember the programs we go to at ISNA? There's a whole table full of diary speakers, native diary, kind of like first Farsi, Arabic speakers, Chechen speakers, all those languages. Right? The government wants those people to join to interpret for them. We say, great. We used to say, boy, this is dirty, what are you doing? We say, no, 2 steps back, great. Great. Okay? No matter what you say, the black police, I think it's 1 or 2 down in Dixie somewhere, that might have shot 1 or 2 people. But the record is, black police, 95% sufficient, do not shoot black youth. They may beat him upside the head if you cuss him out. Him and his boys, they'll work you over. But they haven't. You know what I mean? It's something preventing that. That means that we're already headed in the right direction. Now just imagine, with the proper education, and they educate you. If somebody's in the university right now and they get an associate's, join up with a system. Any system, it doesn't make no difference. Join the police and go back to school, you know, and they're going to pay for it, right? That's unbelievable. Pay them. Eventually, the numbers will grow. Because most of our people who's going to join the city, the state, or the federal government anyway. If they weren't going to be an attorney, they'll be in public defenders. Because most black attorneys are not going to get enough customers, although most of the customers is Negroes, right? They're not going to get a Negro attorney don't have an opportunity to get no whole lot of, right? Because they don't have no juice, right? So all he can tell them is what the public defender wants. So he say, I might as well join the public defender, or I'll join the prosecution, right? Maybe after he get 10 to 15 years experience, like Johnny Cochran did, then he get out. You see what I mean? But he done got a job, he done got a little house, he done worked himself to death with that. You ever see the stack of them cases that they had in public? Anyway, 1 step forward is to rescue our people from annihilation. If the system is crashing, which it is, If panic ensues too early, if panic ensues in 10 or 15 years from now, we'll be in pocket. If panic ensues today, we're in trouble. What do I mean? A small percentage of the black policemen, the black military would not shoot down black people. A small percentage. But if he's in the army and they're saying shoot, the whole power of the military is on him, so he shoot. And not because he wants to, but because when the average Negro look at an Arab, he says, the guy's the same color as me almost. And we know they ain't did nothing. But we shoot, you know. Remember, this is not infiltration, this is not sabotage. But by 10 years, we want to have a group of people that the numbers are going our way. That means in the uniform police departments. But in every other system that they got, that means if you want to wait around and go into the legal part, go on in there. Right? But we're saying, for now, it would be more important for you to go into the government, although you won't make as much money and on and on and on, but that's the position of authority. And when they want to use anything against you, they're going to use the government. So if in so many years the economy collapses and all the people are jumping up and down, they're going to tell them, stop them niggas, right? The Latinos that over the last 30 years are driving these new trucks and cars with the old stuff they used to drive, they ain't doing that no more. But those have to be our allies, just like Brown Berets and Puerto Ricans in New York, Lords, young Lords. They all said what they were doing. They were imitating the Black Panther Party, the line and everything. Okay, so this time, one step forward for liberation, but for security purposes, to secure your family and everything else, you have to take 2 steps back. That means you get back deeper into the system. But this time there's a niyyah, there's a purpose for it. You see what I mean? The purpose is not to get an old low-down job and no. And then what's the critical mass? What's the numbers? Let's say if 25% of the people have studied and they know why they're there. They're taking a little check and they're doing this, that, and that, that's fine. But at a certain period, say from 7 to 10 years from now, with mass assimilation into the system, or integration, whatever, we're in a position of authority and power. Add that on too, we'll be heading around the country too, and speaking at majority Latinos, you know, especially when you're in California, shoot, every university, every city college, and all of that. Plenty. So, if they're doing the physical work, but they're in the system with us, right? Because they're getting the same treatment that we are. They're getting the same treatment, and they know they're getting the same treatment. Okay. And now, let's add in echelons of education. Most of the tree huggers and those type of people, they're a little, probably, some of them, but some of them ain't educated at all, because they be spiking them trees. You know, when you drill an iron bar into them, and you be a logger cutting down them trees, man, when that chainsaw, them big ones, hit that iron spike in that tree, I'm telling you, injuries go. I'm telling you, boy, look at here. No. Join the system. In other words, every system that they have, if they want to join, that includes like forestry service, firefighters, everything. Join up. Because those 1% or 0.1% at the top, all they want you to do is implement their system. But if we got it in mass, and all the signs are there, they have been so abusive and so abrasive and so nonchalant about the welfare and the health of the people, especially, not China, but especially the US. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the old days when, I mean, you could own your own home, you could do all that stuff, and now it's out of reach. It's out of reach for American citizens. Okay. So we're going to say to the middle class, get in the system and join the system. This is a strategy. This is a tactic, but it is not an infiltration. It is saying to the people, hey, join up. But remember, during a period of chaos, what do they have? Chaos. What do they do when that chaos happens? They call out the military, they call out the police, they call out the National Guard, right? That's who they call out. Okay. 10 years from today, when they make that call, we want to be well represented. Not only well represented, but expecting it. Well represented, and we know that those people that they want us to take charge of didn't have nothing to do with this. And at the same time, thank God, the Israelis, those monsters, are teaching America to act like them, right? That's why the guy would just, all of those minutes, just choke the brother to death. Yeah, hey. And everybody's watching. Okay, so right now is the time for that platform. It wasn't time before. It wasn't the time to talk about it. It wasn't the time to do it at all. Although we've been headed this way a long time. How long ago was it that we talked about the Mandela effect? It might have been a decade, it could have been 10 years ago when we first started talking about the Mandela effect. How long ago did we distribute and write and make flyers, letters to the Christian churches that we want to develop a society where Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, peace be upon them all, would be happy, right? Just a few years back, during the opiate crisis, the white folks were dropping like flies. But it coincided with some of our favorite ayahs, that they would become that we would become their wali, right? So there's some people and warm and fuzzy friends. We always made that, not just friends. And this is from the Quran. We didn't make this up, right? Warm and fuzzy friends. We have, this is a history making opportunity for the despised and rejected in the United States. This is, if we do this right, we can be in the forefront of a new world. This, at this time, feels better than any other of the things that we were thinking about. This has a better chance of working. First, most of it got to work anyway, because most of the Negroes they're going to join up anyway. But at the time they're joining up, right? Every person of color recognizes you implement the system, that's what it does to us, right? Not only are we talking about one step forward, two steps back, but the whole system is headed back. You know what I mean? So we have a great chance and a great opportunity. Okay, so let me get back to where we were. Expand on one step forward and two steps back. It's possible to challenge, to elaborate, to explore all the details of this period. All the details of this period, I believe that's our job. I also believe that for whatever reason that we didn't reach our goals in the 20s, Harlem Renaissance, or during Reconstruction, or during the 60s, was for this period that we're getting another go-round. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what everybody else was doing. That's what the Irish were doing. They were joining the police and joining the fire department.
Every group, but this is different.
Right.
The Irish, later on Italians, but you go back 100 years ago, every police from Boston down here was Irish on it. Right. Was poor, no technical get ahead. So they helped build the railroads with the Chinese. I had to figure out why they didn't have too many Negroes on that railroad. They had a few building the railroads, but it's mostly Chinese and Irish and all that. They couldn't get no engines to help. They was out running around and shooting at them, so they wasn't good. But anyway, let me get back to this. Okay, a lot of people don't understand longevity mixed with historical transformation. For us to be talking about this, we have to be here at this frame of mind in this particular time. And it just so happens, if done properly, these ideas are tailor-made for the time we're living in, right? Tailor-made for it. And we're tailor-made for it. No, the Negro is tailor-made for it. They done wiped not all, but a lot of the business aggressiveness out of the Negro. you know, like start a business, get on Wall Street, all that. They have conditioned the Negroes to want security and safety. So people join the army for security and safety, and I don't know why they do that. But that's what they join the police department too. And the army is the unsafest place you can be, and so is the police department. Right? When we joined the police department before, the numbers were small on the people. Say, brother, don't call me brother. That's the first thing they taught them, and they meant it too. In the early 70s, don't call me brother. I'm police. Yeah, the police taught them, don't call me brother. And anyone you call brother would flash right back at that. And the reason we're not free is because we are too lazy. Told the niggas, too lazy. Bunch of dope fiends. They, you know, it was Reverend Wright and all of them. They figured out that the white folks was bringing the dope here, you know, to kill Negroes. But the Negro police didn't. They just get it now. I'm telling you, everything that's involved with this is at the right time and at the right stage, in the right frame of mind. It's like going to court, they say, man, how you gonna fight this? You say, I've exhausted all of my remedies. And that's the way it is at the time. The Negro has exhausted all his remedies to solve the problems that he's living under. The other thing is doing panic in periods of chaos. So now, before we talked about longevity, no rush, nothing. That's not the way it is now. Now there's a hidden kind of internal, let's kind of make this, you know, so if we say 5, 7, by 10 years we want to have this kind of boxed in. There's plenty of time. Why do we say 10 years? Because it used to take 100 years to go around the world. It used to take, I don't know how long to get a message from somewhere else.